and honor. Now, he's different than the others. Very different right off the bat. He is at his core the deified general. This was a general in life who became a god. He is associated with war, loyalty, righteousness, protection, and martial honor. He is known as the Green Dragon Crescent. That is his symbol. You can see he's in green. The tall armored general, the long flowing beard, which is called the beautiful beard, by the way. Dude's got it going on, and usually holding this green dragon crescent blade. This was a historical feature. He was worshipped across the East as the god of war and loyalty. So functionally, he showed loyalty. He was absolutely devoted to the Zong dynasty king, and he was one of the ruler's friends and his sworn brother. He is also righteous. He's also connected with righteousness with his yi, which is his moral principle rather than personal gain. That's why he did things. He is honor in combat. That victory is enough, that you must fight with integrity. And in Chinese thought, he functioned as a guardian of justice, a protector of the state, and divine judge of moral conduct. So he had all that. Not that just that you fought, but you have to fight honorably. Now, this is a deity that's early, a long history since just his living days, approximately 160, right? Before we had any thousands in front of that, he was a warlord. He was the ruler of the Lai Bu, the ruler of the Shu kingdom. He was associated in the province areas, so outside of the main city. But over time, his worship spread to China, Taiwan, Vietnam, and Korea, and over like Chinese communities. So in temples, he has temple sites that are dedicated to him, and they're going to have offerings for him. So if you're there and you want to make a peaceful offering, it's always good to have a war god on your side. I'm just telling you guys, I'm telling you this so that you guys know, let me give some offerings to these war gods because you never know. So if you went to his temple site, you would see incense, you would see wine. This is what he likes people to leave. Symbolic weapons and ceremonial bows is what he likes. There is still worship going in as he is adopted as a patron. Soldiers still honor him as a protector and model warrior. That's what he is seen as. And merchants pray for honesty and worthy dealings with other people. The police reveal him as a symbol of justice. And in martial arts, he is seen as a spiritual guardian of discipline and honor. So theologically, he represented a lot of cultural ideas that seemed like they were put more on him. But the idea of moral integrity transforms a warrior into a sacred figure is ultimately what we draw out of this story. And that justice, justice is important. It transcends death. Heaven, it rewards righteous acts, right? What he's doing here. And moral virtue is recognized as cosmic authority. So you have to be in correct alignment. So their word is different. It sounds like he's still kind of defending Mantu. So all these three, like we really do see a lot of similarities. He's mentioned in the romance of the three kingdoms, where he's mentioned, and in this narrative, he is like superhuman in strength. He's unstoppable in battle, and he is unwavering loyalty. And other key myths, the oath of the Peach Garden, the crossing 5 passages and slaying 6 generals, and he's entered in another story, death and the apotheosis. So you can find this guy in actual mythological literature, and culturally we know what he was, right? Culturally, he represented all these ideas: the protector, the symbol of justice, the grantor of trust, and a moral hero. So this is kind of easy to see why culturally they lined up and got behind this deity, because he represents a lot of things that I think culturally they want to express about themselves. And that psychologically comes about. So we know his timeline. We know his early deification. He also has made it into some video games like Dynasty Warrior series, Total War, 3 Kingdoms, named after that, and not surprisingly, Smite. So he remains popular in Asian fantasy, in anime, and historical dramas. So we see all these deities, and after sitting back and talking about each one of them, I really see even more. Like, these guys can hang out. A lot of times I'll put together a triad, and I'll be like, yeah, these guys would never hang out together. These 3 here could have some serious conversations about protecting kingdom, protecting infrastructure, how important their civilization is, conducting yourself with honor. So this is one of the best triads in terms of all of them actually kind of being in alignment with each other. I think that's what we would get from these 3, Mantu, Athena, and Guan Yu. So I hope you enjoyed this MythLab here. As always, I want to bring these cultures and communities together and draw what is similar and what we can get and what's very different, because that tells us about how we would relate to them and how they may relate to us. And it's just cultural learning. So I always appreciate you guys stopping in here. I'm going to kick off now. We'll have these uploaded later so you can kind of watch them in individual bits and shorts and all that. But as always, I ask you to hit that like and subscribe. Join and support the channel. You guys have been doing a great job. I'm definitely appreciative and just want to continue to grow the channel and spread the word more. So I'll be back.